as you can probably tell from the last few clips, I've just come back from such a lovely day out with my brother and sister. It was just the perfect balance of good weather, good company, not doing too much, but doing enough that it felt worth it, and also seeing some really great sights. And it was a place neither of them had been to before either, which is rare. So yeah, it really fills me up, like filled my cup. I'm very happy. I am tired now. I am going to a dance class in about an hour with my mum, so I think I'll be tired, especially by the end of all that. But I'm so glad we went. It's also the first day trip I've done, so I'm hoping we'll get a couple more opportunities before I go. But yeah, I'm very happy. It was very good. And now I'm gonna chill for like half an hour before we then need to leave again. Yay! Hello. I feel like every time I jump on here, I have something to say that's like philosophical. I keep doing that, philosophical. Or, you know, self-reflective, or I don't know, just being in Australia is weird for me. This is a very personal thing. But the last time I was here, for the first like 3 weeks I was here, I was very vague about something that was happening that was making me nervous and that I might never share. And then in the 4th week I was here, I shared what it was, and it was me passing my driver's test. But because of the way London is, and just because of the roads and cars in London, I have not driven there or anywhere since I passed my driving test. And while I've been here, I've tried to make a little bit of an effort. I still don't like driving, but just to take the opportunity on the roads that I'm more comfortable with, in cars that I know, to do a little bit of driving. And I have. Each time I've done it with a parent in the car because I'm not yet confident enough to drive on my own. I did think about going today, but then where I was going was like a 20-minute walk, and it was nice weather, and there's all these problems with petrol at the moment and the cost of fuel. So I just figured, you know, why am I going to take a car just for the sake of like practicing driving on my own, when I can just walk? And it's better for so many reasons. So I just walked. But I have to say, I've done a few practice drives, not very many, but a couple. And each time I've done it, I've actually felt pretty confident. There was one drive I did, I think Friday, where in one like 10-minute drive, there were 2 very near collisions, both times completely not my fault, just other dumb idiots on the road. So that has like made me a little nervous of like, what if something happens, even if it's not my fault, but just in terms of like insurance and paying and, you know, what that looks like on my record, even if it's not my fault. So I just kind of want to try and play it safe, but it's nice to know that I feel more confident about driving. And I actually feel like I could probably drive with, like, I've got a younger sister, or with Wayne, who both don't drive, but like even just having someone else in the car feels less scary to me than being completely on my own. But I haven't had the opportunity to try that yet. But yeah, it feels good to like have that confidence slowly. Again, I don't think I'd be confident in the slightest in the UK. But to be honest, where I live and, you know, my lifestyle at the moment, thankfully, I don't need to be able to drive in the UK. So we're fine. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I've had a pretty chill day-ish. It's been a bit busy this weekend, because we're coming up to Pesach, Passover, which is the one when we have to change like the whole kitchen and everything. I think I probably did vlog some of that last year, so I'll link it up here, because it's a whole thing. But yeah, that's been busy. That's been like a lot of work, and I was just absolutely knackered yesterday. We did it for a few hours in the morning, and I just like, I don't know, I felt so flat. And then even once I had some food and whatever, like snacks, I was just exhausted. But aside from that, it's been nice. It's been nice being with my parents. We've had very mixed weather. We've had some very stormy days and then some very nice, like today was really pleasant, like 20 degrees, sunny with a bit of a breeze. So quite a range. But it's so nice being back. It's so lovely. And like one thing I feel while I'm here very strongly, and I do feel this in London as well, but I feel like it's even more apparent while I'm here, it's just how proud I am of myself and how happy I am with the way my life is, even though I do really miss my family, as you guys know. There is just something about where I am in life right now that just feels really good. So that's nice. Anyway, we started watching His and Hers as a family, and well, me and my parents, and they didn't love it. We got to 3 episodes out of 6, so I'm now going to watch the other 3 while they're out, and because, well, actually my mum is crazy and she wants to jump to the last episode because that's the kind of person she is. But I said I'm not doing that, so I'm going to watch the last 3 episodes and then chat to her once she's watched the 6th. As you can hear, my laptop in the background. I was hoping to get it fixed while I was here, but I found a computer place and tried to contact them and I haven't heard back, so it's not looking likely. I've also, on Friday, my mum and sister gave me some more dresses to try on and skirts, so I've got a couple more dresses to take back with me, which is nice. Some that are like really gorgeous, some that do need altering, but my mum very kindly has offered to pay for it as long as I actually do it this year, which I feel like is a fair compromise. But I also tried on my graduation dress, the one from all the stories, and it actually doesn't fit anymore, which is crazy. And like, on the one hand, I'm glad because it means I definitely don't have to wear it again. But on the other hand, I'm like, even more of a waste of money then because I can't even reuse it. But yeah, we're kind of leaving it in the cupboard anyway and gonna see if we can maybe reuse the fabric or, I don't know, something else. But we'll see. Anyway, those are all the updates for now, and I will see you guys whenever I next have something to share, although it's going to be busy in the next 2 days, and then Wednesday is Pesach, and I won't be able to film Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we are hoping to do some day trips on Sunday and Monday, so hopefully I can film some stuff then, but then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is again Chag, and then Friday is Shabbat again, so I don't know how much I'm going to film. Oh my gosh, and then I'm gone. No, is that right? Yeah, after that weekend I'm gone. That's crazy. Oh, I don't want to think about that. That makes me sad. Okay, I'm gonna watch this show to distract me from that sad thought. Okay, bye. Good morning. I finished work very late last night. I think I got home around 11:45, and then I slept okay. Not the best. It's quite warm. It's not warm in this room. I'm downstairs at the moment, but in my room it's very warm. But I just wanted to show you, while everyone's still away or asleep or whatever, what our table looks like, because tonight is the start of Pesach, and my battery's about to die, so I'm going to show you quickly and then I'll talk after if I've got time. I love it. I love how decorated it is. This is to represent all the plagues and yeah. Okay. I am now going to close my camera because my battery's going to die. I'm going to charge it and then I'll talk to you after. Bye! Oh, actually, I did just quickly want to say, I came downstairs for breakfast, but there's not really much that I can have at the moment. And like, I'm not a huge breakfast person, but I just feel like I should have something with chametz while I still can. But we'll see what I do and I'll let you know. I found some milk, so I can have cereal. Yay. Hello. I don't even remember what happened this morning. I just know that my camera more or less died. But it is now almost, I think, around 3:30. I don't really know. We've spent a lot of time organising all the last minute things that needed to be done. I made a new dish, which I hope will taste good, but we'll see. And then we had quite a late lunch and I just had a scrambled egg with potatoes. And it's so silly because that's a meal I have all the time. And yet there's something about knowing that it's Pesach that makes it feel worse. Even though it was a pretty good egg. But anyway. And now my mum is making some brownies, which I can smell, and they smell so good. And they're for us to snack on pre-Seder. Because the thing about the first 2 nights of Pesach, you have this thing called a Seder, which is like a whole, it's not just a meal, it's like a whole event. And let's say tonight it starts around 7. We probably won't eat until about 9, maybe 9:30. So we always want some food to snack on, but especially the first night, you can't even have matzah until the Seder. So there's usually not very much you can have. But yeah, it's gonna be fine. 7 o'clock actually feels like quite a nice start time. It's earlier than I feel like we did last year, so that's good. But yeah, I've just had a shower and like properly washed myself, which is nice. And then I think in about half an hour, we're going to get our nails done, which I can't even remember the last time I got my nails done. I so rarely get my nails done and I definitely don't need it, but it'll be fun. It'll be nice. And then I'm sure there'll still be the final last minute things to do. So it's definitely a busy day, but it's nice that everyone's home. And it does, even though like there's a lot to do, it's nice to feel like a unit and, you know, we're all off. So that's nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go and I will see you probably not for a few days. Bye. Good morning. It's been a few days. Gosh, let me catch you up on everything. So I think the last time I spoke to you was Wednesday before I got my nails done. We went to get our nails done and I went just for my hands, and I went for this like navy sparkly colour, and it is slightly darker. It came out slightly darker than I had expected. So it kind of looks closer to black, but I do like it, and they've held up well over the couple of days and all the dishes and everything. Ta-da! I don't really know how people display nails. But I'm happy. It's often the case that I'm not happy when I get my nails done, but in this instance I am. I like the way they look, even though they're a bit darker than I would have liked. And then, I don't know if I mentioned on Wednesday, but my mum also made a kosher Pesach brownie that we could snack on while waiting to eat. And that was definitely a good treat to have. And I think we also snacked on like some potatoes and stuff that were already cooked. And then it was the first Seder night. And Seder nights, I think I've spoken about them before, they're long. There's a lot going on. Everyone does it slightly differently. Ours tend to be about 5-6 hours, I would say. Let's see, we started at 7 and I think we finished at 12:30. And that was slightly rushed. So long nights. But for the first time that we can remember anyway, Seder has fallen on 1st of April, which is April Fool's. And so we all had little things planned, and it made for a very chaotic night, but very, very funny. I definitely laughed a lot, and it made me so, so grateful to be with my family this year. I mean, often I am with extended family, but with my immediate family, it just felt very special. It was very fun, and I'm just glad I got to be a part of it. And then we went to shul on Thursday morning, and then I can't remember what else we did on Thursday, but Thursday night was the second Seder night, which was definitely a lot more mellow, a lot more calm. Still good though, slightly quicker. We finished at midnight, and we did actually start a little later on the second night, so actually overall good. And we had a bit more discussion, which I always like. So yeah, second night was good too. And then Friday morning, I don't think I went to shul. I cannot remember. I think I woke up late on Friday morning. Anyway, then it was Friday night, and we were just our immediate family, which was really nice as well. That was really nice, and we started nice and early, and we went to bed quite early. Although for whatever reason, I really struggled to sleep Friday night, but that's a separate matter. And then Shabbat morning, I also didn't go to shul, but we went out for lunch, which was nice, but the lunch was mainly like matzah, which is the bread that we eat, but it's more like crackers, with like cheese and a tuna salad and egg salad and whatever else. And like, I try to avoid eating as much matzah during this chag as possible, because I just don't like it very much. And so I felt like I was quite limited in options. They did make a really amazing, actually impressive vegetarian lasagna, and you're not supposed to have, you can't have pasta. So I don't quite know how they made it, but it really felt like a lasagna and it was very tasty. So I did have that. And then my mum had made chocolate mousse cake for dessert, so I enjoyed that. And also actually on the Friday night, at my request, very kindly, she made pavlova, which I've not had in a very long time. I think since I was last here. Or actually, I don't even know if she made it last time I was here. Regardless, it's been a long time. And it was very tasty and it was very big. So we've been snacking on it since. And it's just very good. So that was Saturday lunch. And then we came home and I feel like we did do something together, but I have no recollection of what. Oh, I think my mum and I did some puzzling. And then Saturday night, after Shabbat went out, we watched The Prince of Egypt because we thought that would be cute. And it was. I haven't seen it in ages. I really enjoyed it. And it did actually bring up some questions about things that we probably knew once upon a time, but that we'd all forgotten. That's not mentioned during the Seder. So that was interesting as well. So yeah, overall, it's been a really good time, even though it's been long nights and lots of socializing and whatever else. But yeah, all good. And then today we're going to go out. I have no idea where. They've tried to explain it to me and I'm lost and I'm just gonna sit in the car and see where it takes us. But the clock's changed today, so I woke up at 8 our time, which is great because that's 9 o'clock in my body. And so I've had time to wash my hair before we go out, which is really lovely. And then I'm about to go down for breakfast, and then I'm going to prepare lunch to take with us because that's the one thing that's hard about doing day trips over Pesach. We can't eat anything. And then we're going to go, and I will take you along with us when we go. But yeah, just wanted to update you on the last few days because it's been a while, and I'll see you soon in the next clip. Bye! Hello. I have had the most lovely day, and I'm just popping in to very quickly tell you about it, and then I'm going not to go to bed yet, but definitely get ready for bed. I am ready for bed. Really, all that entails is just reading for a bit, because I'm trying to read every night before bed if I can. I don't know if I spoke about last night, but I met up with a couple of friends. We mostly chatted, but also played one or two games, and it was really fun. It was really lovely. A couple of the friends I'd seen, while I've been here, and then a couple I hadn't. And it was just a nice mix of people. And then, as a result, this morning I went with one of the friends to the beach, which was so nice. It was very grey, and the weather, it was spitting a little, and it wasn't the most pleasant weather for the beach, but it was so lovely. We were there for about 2 hours and just chatting so much. And this is a friend with whom I've always had really deep conversations, and I just love that. And it really hit me that I've not seen her in 18 months, not even chatted that much. We message each other very occasionally, and yet we just picked it up like no time had passed. It was so lovely. And she collects sea glass, so we were collecting that. And it's amazing, when you know to look for it, you can find so much. And I wasn't very good, she was much better. But yeah, there's so much of it out there, so it's very cool. And she's hoping maybe to make jewellery out of it. She's got loads, so I would love to see that, and I'd love to buy a piece. But yeah, it was really fun. It was such a nice way to spend a morning, and it just made me think I don't wish I lived in Australia, but I do wish I could just, walk or drive or cycle down to the beach and spend the morning this way, or an hour this way even. It was so nice. And then I came home, had lunch, and then we went out somewhere. I feel like I've gone blank on where we went. Oh, we went to a garden, an estate, and it was lovely. It was with my mum as well, so that was really nice. And the weather really picked up. It was quite warm and sunny, and it was just lovely. I love nature, and I'd never been there before, so yeah, it was very good. And I drove, which was a little scary, but went well. And then, because I've done a fair amount, not a fair amount, some driving while I've been here, but nothing completely on my own, always with a parent, even though I'm fully responsible. But my mum has been saying, and I agree with her, that I should try and drive completely on my own. And I said, I will compromise, because I'd already been thinking about this. I'm happy to drive on my own without an adult, or at least without a fully licensed adult. But I don't want my first journey to be completely on my own. Also, in part just because I get lost, and I've got a very bad sense of direction, especially in Australia. So I don't want to go somewhere and then not be able to figure out my way home. So in the end, I drove round with my sister for a bit. Not very long, but just to get more comfortable being, so completely solely responsible behind the wheel. And that was actually really nice. We listened to some musicals, and we sang along and we chatted, and it was just fun. Not the driving bit, but in general. And then we came home, helped prepare supper, chatted quite a bit, and then we've just been watching a second episode of a TV show called The Asset, which is a Danish show, and that was nice too. And now it's almost 11 and we're all going to bed. So that's where I'm going to leave it for today, and we don't have fully formed plans for tomorrow, but we do have most of the day free, at least me, my father and my sister, so hopefully we'll be able to do something, and I will hopefully be able to share that with you. But I don't know if that'll be today in this vlog or in the next vlog. We'll see. Bye!